book of Galatians, chapter 6, verse 7. Be not deceived. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. So giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the 144,000, as well as the rest of the elect. This is Brother Tazapai here with you again with another lesson. In this lesson, I just want to speak briefly on the Hurricane Helene situation, which from majority of my news feeds, if not all, they come across my timeline. I can't help but notice that there have been a lot of Edomites suffering and catching hell through this storm. A lot of predominantly white neighborhoods got swept away with the floodwaters that came with this hurricane. And that's not to say that, of course, some Israelites did not or are not catching hell and are not suffering. But I'm just saying, it seems to me that it's a lot of Edomites catching hell. And I just wanted to speak to that because this is one of the things that the Lord has told the world. And you Edomites, all right, through his servants, the prophets, that there was going to be a time of retribution, all right, a day of reckoning. And guess what? You Edomites, your day of reckoning is just now starting. These are the beginning of your sorrows. All right. And so I just want to bring that out and kick it off here in Galatians chapter 6, verse 7. Again, be not deceived. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai is not mocked. So it's saying that you're not going to make mockery of the Most High and make him out to be the fool or the butt of your jokes. It's not going to happen. So meaning, well, let's read it. For whatsoever a man soweth, that which you do, the actions that you take, incur a reaction or has a retribution to it. So whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. So what you put out is what you bring back in. That's what you're going to reap. The seeds that you sow would be the fruits that you receive. All right. So that hurricane is just the fruits. All right. And you might say, oh, it's cold-blooded. Well, tell it to the Most High. He's the one that's doing this, that, caused Helene, that caused Harvey, that caused these other floods to come through. And they got the one that's brewing right now. I'm not sure where it is, but it's a storm forming, or it may be already formed. Things are happening so fast, is that, and that's one of the tactics of Esau, which we're going to talk about. All right. That's one of his tactics. All right. The blitzkrieg, to where you don't have time to react. You understand? Or, they just bring overwhelming force. And the scriptures back that up. But yeah, I just want to bring out the point that, great evil and wickedness had been sown all throughout America, all right, with the blood of the Hebrew Israelites by the hands of the children of Edom. Now, if you don't know who Edom is, you need to start reading your scriptures, because the Edomites today go around the world calling themselves the so-called white people. All right. And they've built this society and their kingdom, the elites in their kingdom, and you regular Joe six-packs and you politicians and all y'all that's enjoying the fruits of the labor of my people, the children of Israel. Yeah, that's what the scripture is saying, be not deceived. Because what you Edomites at the top believe is that you're going to go on to glory. A fake ass bullshit glory that you created, an artificial glory that you created through AI. God damn it, with this what is this shit? This cyber world. AI, cyber, your technology, and this whole cyber system that you got in the earth, situated, set up, and ready to go. It don't work like that. You can't oppress, murder, rape, rob a people to forge out a kingdom and a society for yourself and think that it's going to thrive or be everlasting. It can't. There's too many tabs to be paid. And see, this is why more things of this nature is going to happen to you so-called white people and you simple ass thick-headed Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that's joined to him and his system are going to meet the same fate. All right? So you Edomites that are here now, y'all are paying the tab for what your forefathers did, coming over here from the conquistadors to the Puritans, Quakers, and the Pilgrims, and all of the foul, disgusting, just wicked shit that y'all have done. Hey, this is what that brings about. Actions have consequences. When your actions don't line up with the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, then they produce death. What do you see all throughout North Carolina? I'm sure parts of South Carolina, parts of Eastern Tennessee. I'm sure parts of Florida. You're seeing death. All right? And it's going to be more of that to come. And you Edomites here, this is y'all time. Again, we've warned y'all. We've prophesied unto y'all. You're going to have to pay the tab for the shit that your forefathers done. Because some of you are your forefathers reincarnated. So your ass is here, you're going to pay the tab. Just like somebody invite you to dinner, in a nice, fancy, elaborate dinner, and you sit down to eat. But then they burn off. Well, your ass is on the line to pay that tab because your ass is there. Habeas corpus, nigga. Have the body. Your body is the one that's there. And your body is the one that's on the hook. Isaiah speaks about that. Let's go to Isaiah 14 and 21. It says, prepare slaughter for his children. Whose children? The children of Esau, Edom. All right. So the Most High, this is the Most High preparing slaughter for him. Well, it's been prepared. And it's been prepared by who? Esau, Edom himself. The Most High used Esau to prepare the very judgment for Esau. From these weather weapons, to the Skylar weapons, to the microwave weapons, all the way up to the tippy top of the food chain with these nuclear weaponry. All right. All of this is created by Esau for the destruction and devastation of Esau. And so now he's using these things really for himself. And again, which that's in that here in 13. Let's read this. All right. Isaiah 14 and 21. Prepare slaughter for his children. for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land. See? So you know this ain't talking about us, because we're going to inherit the scripture, Matthew 5, I want to say verse 7, but it's right at the top of the chapter. In Matthew, the 5th chapter, and it says that the meek shall inherit the earth. It may be Matthew 5:5 or 5:7, right in there. It says that the meek shall inherit the earth. So it's clear here we're not talking about the meek. We're talking about the opposite of the meek. Because it's saying that that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. All right, and that's talking about the time that we are in right now. You see, this man is looking to take over the world. But that's not going to happen, because the Lord has prepared slaughter for him, or his children who are him, for their iniquity. Because the Most High, as it states, requires that which is past. Again, every action has a consequence. So I want to show you a little clip.
And the federal relief and assistance that we have been providing has included FEMA providing $750 for folks who need immediate needs being met, such as food, baby formula, and the like. And you can apply now.
Right now, we have to strengthen Ukraine's position on the battlefield. And that's why today I'm proud to announce a new $2.4 billion package of security assistance.
And the federal relief and assistance that we have been providing has included FEMA providing $750 for folks who need immediate needs being met, such as food, baby formula, and the like. And you can apply now.
Right now, we have to strengthen Ukraine's position on the battlefield. And that's why today I'm proud to announce a new $2.4 billion package of security assistance.
All right, so I just want to bring that out, all right? And then I have another clip I wanted to show. But let's look here. This is Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 9. It says, in the prosperity of a man, enemies will be grieved. But in his adversity, even a friend will depart. Oh, I got to start at 8. That's the point. So Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 8. It says, a friend cannot be known in prosperity, and an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity. All right. So your enemies can't be hidden when you catching hell. They're going to be right there, if nothing, just to watch you catch hell, but more than likely, they're going to add to they're going to further your affliction. And this is what the scripture is saying. And so that's why I wanted to show that clip, which they made a contrast, but I really just want to focus on Kamala offering the people that's suffering the aftermath of Hurricane Helene $750, which is an insult and a slap in the face. Now I got one view and one position about, why the storm came and why it hit where it hit and affected where it affected. That was the work of the Most High. But then just to leave people for dead, that's a whole nother thing. when there's supplies, resources, manpower that's at your disposal, and it's deliberately being kept back, and you're deliberately keeping people from being rescued, from being saved, that's some cold-blooded shit, and then at the same time, that's also the work of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. But like I said, Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 8, a friend cannot be known in prosperity, and an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity. You see? So she come out to offer that $750, that, again, that's an insult. All right. That's adding insult to injury. But she have to come out and offer that, because what you have to understand, and why I'm bringing these particular, or going into this particular passage, all right, is because when you take a step back and look at the forest instead of the trees, you take a step back from America, and the things that's affecting you the most, or got you caught up in your emotions the most, just take a step back and look at the entire picture of America, and depending on your viewpoint or your perspective, there's only one conclusion you can come to, and that is that a hostile takeover of the United States, this corporation, has been declared. This is a hostile takeover. People being denied basic rights. Your God-given, unalienable rights. Unalienable rights. And I say hostile takeover because you got people just walking over here, strolling across the border, and they getting a free ride. And then you got people that been here, been paying taxes, got roots, some horrible roots, and some, got good roots going back, like Gad, the Gadites, Reubenites, and some of the northern tribes. People that been here and are being denied basic, inalienable rights. They're being denied human dignity, even human compassion, all right, from their own government. So I wanted to make this video so, if you're not seeing this thing for what it is, maybe I can help you to see what's really going on. This is open warfare declared on United States citizens. And if y'all want to stand for it, that's fine. This is why, I used to use the term all the time back, some years back. Not so much no more, but it still fits. And that term is, which I got from the apostles, apostle, I want to say Apostle Tahar, but I know Apostle Gabar uses it. But the term is mortmain. And mortmain, you got mort dealing with death. All right. Main is where you get hand from Latin manus. All right, which means hand. So what you're saying is a dead hand, or, a dead servant. And that's what you people are. You're allowing yourself to be misused, abused, taken advantage of, oppressed. So going on in verse 9, it says, in the prosperity of a man, enemies will be grieved, but in his adversity, even a friend will depart. So it says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. So it's like, Kamala from your local government popped up to offer, you people that's struggling, lost your entire home, lost your modes of transportation. Some of them lost children. Some children lost parents. And you offer them $750, and people gonna jump on it. Well, this video here, okay, disclaimer, take it with a grain of salt. We are in the era of the deep fake, but it has a heavy ring of truth to it. So I'm gonna show you about that $750.
Inspector. Yes. I have a dire warning to those that are going to take the money. There is a contract at the beginning when the inspector gets there, before he starts inspecting. There's a contract that the claimant has to sign. Practically illegible. The writing is so small that 12 years ago I had to use a magnifying glass, and that's when my eyes were good. In that contract, if you do not pay the money back, it is a loan. What? A loan. And even if it's just $1 or $750, if you don't pay it back, they have the right to seize all of your property.
That's insane. The $750 that they're saying that they're going to give people, that's a loan? It's in the contract to receive it?
Yes, there is a contract that you sign before the inspector starts his inspection. You have to sign off on it, but there is a contract inside, and they even for people that could not speak English, there was a translator that I would speak into it, and it would speak to them in Spanish or translate it in writing. And they have to sign this contract for the inspector to even start the inspection. If you take that money and don't pay it back to the FEMA inspector.
Yes.
The American way. You see? The American way. So tell me that doesn't have a ring of truth to it. So that $750, they're gonna make you sign for it. And what you're signing in essence is a contract, and they're not going to alert you to the fact that you're signing a contract, that you're taking a loan. In essence, it's a loan contract that they're not going to disclose that info to you. They're just going to ask you to sign. All right, in your dire straits, in your time of need, your time of stress, tribulation, they're going to have you to sign this, knowing you don't have time to, as the man said, he needed a magnifying glass to see the fine print. Which, by the way, that's allegedly coming from a former FEMA inspector. But you're not gonna have the time to sit there and examine that document. You're just thinking, oh, they're here to help. It's the government, and they're here to help. They're doing this for my benefit, because I pay taxes into this shit. And that's why I wanted to start where I start, that an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity. So when you're at your greatest time of need, all right, in your time of despair, they pop up like an enemy. Why? Because they want to exploit you. And you heard him say, if the loan is not paid, well, BlackRock gets all your shit. All right? This is why Klaus Schwab stated, and he's infamous, or this is an infamous statement, that you will own nothing and be happy. All right? They're going to burn you, flood you, and straight shake you out of, your homes and neighborhoods and all of that, your communities. And so, again, I read Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 10, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. All right? So yeah, as iron rusted, it's going to continue to rust until there's nothing else left to rust. That's the nature of rust with iron. It eats and eats and eats till there's nothing left there to eat, no metal left to eat. That's his wickedness, all right? This devil has money out the ass, money he'll never spend. He could come back in 3 or 4 reincarnations and not spend the money, even a fraction of the money that they have. Power, forget about it. They fancy themselves as the king makers. So that's power for your ass. When you can boast about being a king maker and really be that. So they got power out the ass. And my point is, these are people who have everything, yet it isn't enough, because that's his nature. That's why it says, like as iron rusted. Let's read it from the top. Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 10, never, ever, 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 ever trust thine enemy. For like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. His wickedness knows no bounds. It just grows and eats and grows and eats and grows and eats and grows. All right? He has everything any man's heart could hope and wish, and yet it's not enough. Now he wants your souls. All right? So, it says in verse 11, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust had not been altogether wiped away. It's like with the video in the FEMA inspector said that he had to what? Take a looking glass to see that wickedness. But it was there. He said he had to use a magnifying glass to see in the fine print. And what was in the fine print? Wickedness. That they get you to sign on to a loan, unbeknownst, and really without your consent, your what do they call that? There's a term, a legal term, but I just say for the sake of, or the lack of the proper term, without your consent. And then they can take everything you own when you don't repay a loan that you don't know that you owe. That's wickedness. You see? And I'm just using that as an example, but it's saying just in general, when you look at this man and you look at his life, you got to examine him. Because just on the surface, just like FEMA, on the surface, they're there to help. Here, take these warm blankets. You need some water, you're thirsty? Here. Now just sign this so we can begin the procedures. We're going to get you some money. But when you examine it, this is where our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and you Native Americans, this is where you fall short. Because once they get you into your emotions, you're not going to do any leg work. You're not going to do any research. You're not going to follow any of the money to see like who's funding Kamala or even the Biden presidency. And yet y'all going to go vote and get mad at people who don't vote like you. And yet you're here voting as an ignoramus, as an incompetent, because you didn't give your due diligence. No, this man he was the devil, he is the devil, and he'll always be the devil till the Most High takes that off of him. But even as we take his ass into captivity in our kingdom, he's going to be the devil. He's going to be plotting and scheming. He can't help himself. But we're going to be on top of his ass like white on rice in a snowstorm. We're going to be on his ass. So verse 11, it says, though he humble himself and go crouching, it says, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust had not been altogether wiped away, that wickedness. All right, it is in him. It is always in him. He's never doing anything for your benefit. He always, and this is what makes a good devil, he always comes with an ulterior motive. All right? They show you that in the TV shows, in the movies. Oh, you want fame and fortune? I got you. But then it'd be some fucked up twist, some ulterior motive that he had for giving you that in the first place. See, now y'all in the Most High's trick bag. Like I said, just stepping back, looking at the entire picture, war has been waged on U.S. citizens, and it's on. We're entering into judgment. I'm not saying we're in judgment full-fledged, because there's still some time for some grace. But I'm talking about, we get into the period where the Most High is getting ready to cut off this grace. And you're going to know by the harsh judgments that start coming down the pipe. They're going to be massive. They're going to be harsh. They're going to be cruel. Because what y'all been doing to the Most High for the past 7, 8, let's say 1,000 years has been cruel and unusual. The way y'all treated the apple of the Most High's eye has been hateful, cruel. So yeah, don't expect, you're going to see some nasty shit coming. Into a neighborhood near you. All right. I'm going to read verse 12 and I'm going to close it on that. It says, set him not by thee, lest when he had overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. All right. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts? You know. So you're not supposed to get buddy-buddy with this man. Set him not by thee. You know. Because all he's going to do is plot to take you down. You know? But anyway, with that, I pray you was edified, and to the next one, Shalom.